YouTube, it's Jen, and this is my week 1 post-op band sleeve conversion video. Technically this is day 9, but I didn't want to post on Christmas, so actually... Okay, so let's start with the numbers. I am 5 feet 4 inches tall. Started the journey in 2012 getting the lap band at 262 pounds. My lowest weight with the lap band was 169 point something when my band slipped in 2014, and I had surgery to reposition the band, and after that I never really lost any more weight. I maintained in the 170s for a little while, and then about 2 years ago started putting on some weight, and then when I got to 205, so I lost about 90 pounds, got to 205, and said, oh crap. So I talked to my surgeon about getting my band removed, and she agreed, and I removed my band on August 28th of this year at, August 28th, at 205.6 pounds. I had to wait 3.5 months before I could get the sleeve, and I got sleeved on December 18th at 209.4 pounds. And today, what is that? Like 9 days later, I am 199.2 pounds. So I'm very happy to be back in Wonderland. So the last time I updated, I think was like day 5. I'm not sure. But this has been the easiest recovery of my 4 surgeries. The band, the repositioning of the band removal, and the sleeve. This was fantastic. I really... 3 days was all the recovery, like real recovery that I needed. After the 3rd day, I stopped taking pain meds. And by day 4, it was still a little tough because I didn't get all the water in, and I was dehydrated because you have to sip, 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 and I was not prepared for that. That is a full-time job. But by day 5, everything I got, I was getting 60 grams of protein and 60 ounces of water in, and that's when I just started to feel fine. I mean, you're weak from not getting real food in, but I got my 60 grams of protein, my 60 ounces of water, and basically I was eating Premier protein shakes. So I was having two shakes. I was having chicken broth, and I was having creamy potato soup, 4 ounces at a time, and I was having 4 ounces at lunch and 4 ounces at dinner. So of course, having very little calories, you're going to lose a lot of weight. I had my post-op appointment with my doctor yesterday. I don't have to take little baby sips anymore, so drinking water is a little less than a full-time job now. I can just drink like a normal person. I've been getting in 3 protein shakes a day, so I'm getting 90 grams of protein and over 60 ounces of water. I stopped counting. As long as I do, my water bottle is 24 ounces. As long as I do 3 of them a day, I don't worry about it. My doctor wanted us to start vitamins on day 3. And I was afraid about taking gummies, and I take a lot of vitamins, so I started Flintstones. So I did 1 Flintstone a day for those, and then yesterday she just said I could go back to taking all of my gummy vitamins, because I take B12, I take Ds, I take calcium, I take everything. So I have been released to have all my vitamins. The one thing I was not prepared for, and it's not a big deal, but when I looked at my stomach at the incisions, so when you get a band, you have incisions, and one of your incisions is like at your waistline, like your biggest one, or is higher up. And then when I noticed these incisions, that one wasn't used, and they actually cut a large incision right over my belly button. And I asked my doctor what was going on, and she said in order to place a band, you need to have the incision really high, but if she had used that to try to do the sleeve, the camera wouldn't be in the right spot or something. So I have new incisions, and I don't care. She could have, I look like I've been involved in a knife fight. I don't care. If I lose weight, do whatever you want. I also, I don't know if you can see it, look like a heroin addict. It's a lot better now, but I had bruising all here and here. I have bruising. I don't know if they beat me up while I was in there, but that's all healing. I just gotta, the adhesives are still leaving like the little adhesive glue stuff, and it's hard to, I'm still a little bruised, so I can't like rub it all off. Like the pain meds, she gave me liquid Lortab. I didn't even, so Tuesday was my surgery. Wednesday I got released from the hospital, so I had like Lortab. Thursday when I got, or sorry, I can't even count. Wednesday when I got home, and then Thursday I had Lortab just to be preemptive, and that was all I needed, and I stopped. So that was 3 days of pain meds. I did 4 days of the nausea med because I was scared to death of throwing up with this new stapled sleeve. So I did 4 days of the Zofran, and I also had the scopolamine patch, and so did not throw up, haven't been. The only day I was nauseous was day 4 because I was dehydrated. So that Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I can't even count. Day 3, day 4, one of those days, I didn't get enough water in, and so I got nauseous that evening. But after that, focus on the water, and I'm good to go. And so I haven't had any nausea. Some people say, that they can't really, like, I never had any pain at all with drinking from moment 1, waking up in recovery. Granted, I was taking sips, but I never had the pain. A lot of people talk about a lot of pressure and discomfort when they swallow. None of that. So I have had a remarkably easy recovery, and I don't know what restriction is going to feel like yet because you don't have restriction with liquids. So until I can get to regular food, I'm not going to be able to know what this really feels like. I do still get hunger, but, my day can consist of now 3 protein shakes and 2 4-ounce little pretend bowls of soup. I mean, it's not even like a creme brulee bowl. So I'm literally getting 8 ounces of total of creamy soup, 3 protein shakes, and then some broth, some chicken broth in there. And I'm, surviving, and I'm not hungry beyond that. I am, though, very weak and get tired easily because I don't have much nutrition in me. And, I go back to work next week, so it's been fine for, I took 2 weeks off. It's Christmas time. I've just been like, running a few little errands, but, I don't have enough energy to like have an active day of running errands for 8 hours, or like if I had to be out, I don't know how that would be right now. And so I'm just really focusing on the water and the protein. My doctor has a 5-week, 3 weeks of full liquids. So I had clear liquids on the day of surgery and the day after surgery. They want 48 hours of clear liquids, and then 3 weeks total of full liquids, and then 2 weeks of pureed, so that's 5 weeks, and then on the 6th week you go to soft food and then regular food. So I'm looking forward to having more food in me just because I'm an active person. I teach kickboxing classes, I do weightlifting. Obviously I'm not doing that right now. I can't for 30 days, but I probably won't until I can get to a full diet because I just, sorry, I don't think that this is enough nutrition to sustain, my kickboxing class. I burn over 500 calories. I don't have, enough nutrition to give me the stamina for that. So, but I don't know what life is going to look like because, from what I've researched, when you have the sleeve, you eat a few bites of food and then you're full. So I'm going to have to get creative for how I can get enough nutrition in to be able to do the activity at the level to which I'm used to it. So I'm just going to listen to my body and not go back too soon. And but I want to really focus for as long as this honeymoon period lasts on being good, that's a bad word, being on plan and doing the best that I can. Christmas time, that was day 7, and I host Christmas because I like everybody coming to my house, and we had all sorts of, I host, but I don't cook. We order in Chinese food, but I bought like 8 billion desserts, and one of the desserts was like this chocolate silk pie that clearly I could have had a bite of, And I didn't. There was no point. What's the point in having a bite when I can just be on plan? So I drank my chicken broth, had my creamy soup, and just focused on the family and just enjoying everybody. And that's what I'm really going to spend this time doing, is learning how to enjoy the people without having to enjoy the food. Because I think that's my big downfall is for me, being with family, being with friends is not just about being with them, but it's about eating all the delicious stuff. And if I keep surrounding myself with family and friends, I'll be surrounding myself with food, and then that's not really going to work out well for me. So I need to learn how to not always be eating when I'm having fun and hanging out with people. And that is, what I'm really working on right now. And that's, these next 5 more weeks or 4 more weeks I'm forced to do because I can't eat. And I'm glad that this is a forced learning process. And, I want this time to go better than the band. I was really successful with the band. I lost 90 pounds. I kept it off for a while, but then it came back on. And I know that it came back on because I started eating my feelings. I can tell exactly, I can pinpoint what happened, when it happened, and when I started to not give up, but stop focusing on the good habits. And so I'm spending a lot of time this time making sure that I'm really improving my relationship with food and really learning and being focused, and just you can't ever, unfortunately, there is no ever being done. You have to always be on. And so, that's what I'm focusing on, is learning an entire new relationship with food. So always being vigilant won't feel like work. It'll just be my new way of living. So that is where I'm at right now. So 9 days post-op, I'm back in the 199s. Thank God. I'm not going to be one of those people going, oh my God, I only lost 3 pounds this week. No, I'm 199. I'm happy now. If I can consistently lose, even if it's just 1 to 2 pounds a week, the whole thing is not about scale. It's about working the program. And if I work the program, the scale will follow. Sometimes it doesn't know that my weekly weigh-ins are now on Tuesday. It needs to reflect my progress. It just might not reflect the progress on Tuesdays. So that is my plan. That is where I'm at. And that is it. So I hope you all are big losers. Kick some fat asses. I love your faces. And I'm so excited to be starting this new journey again, and hopefully, just improve my relationship with food this time so that I can be happy and healthy. And I guess that's it. Anyways, have a great night. Have a wonderful new year, and I will see you in 2019. Bye, YouTube.